I'm Harrison Graham. Coming up, we got some huge Chicago Bears injury updates, especially when it comes to Jaylon Johnson and Kyler Gordon, as both of their practice windows are open. But I do want to kick things off by getting into the latest on Steelers quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Of course, the Bears host the Steelers this Sunday at Soldier Field. But Rodgers, who did not finish this past Sunday's game with a left wrist injury, he's got a slight fracture in there. We've covered all of that. He spoke to the media today, and this is what he had to say. Quote, I've been doing a lot of rehab, just focusing on rehab today, but we'll try to get on the field tomorrow and see what I can do. He was also asked, would it be a pain tolerance issue? And he said, no, playing would be a safety question, not a pain tolerance issue. And what he means by that is basically, can they put something on his wrist where he can, A, be functional and do everything they need him to do at the quarterback position, but also can he play without furthering the injury? Like if it's a slight fracture, is there a risk of a full fracture? Is there a risk of breaking another bone in that wrist? Because obviously if those type of things were to happen, then, well, he could be on the shelf for potentially longer and could require a surgery, whereas as of now, he does not. So clearly the Steelers want to avoid further injury. He was asked what type of protective gear he would wear. He said we're working through that right now. So, I'd say it's very up in the air. He clearly wants to play. He's pushing to play, but it's going to come down to, can they properly protect it and can he function? And on the functioning side of things, we talked about it yesterday. Can he take snaps? Can he grip the football? All those things. Well, Mike DeFabo, who covers the Steelers, posted on X saying Aaron Rodgers said it would be more difficult to take a snap under center than to catch one in the shotgun. He's mentioned that in the past he's used pistol as a workaround, so that could be an option for Arthur Smith in his play calling. Rodgers did say, quote, the goal would be to take snaps from under center. I would say if he plays, they might lessen the under center snaps, but I don't think they would eliminate that from the playbook entirely. So if he can't take an under center snap at all, I don't think he's going to play in this game, but I'm guessing that they'll find a way to make it where he can at least do some of that. Now, Ben Johnson was asked about Aaron Rodgers today, just in general, but also given the injury situation. He said, I've got a lot of respect for Aaron Rodgers. He's done this at a high level for a very long time. If he's ready to go this week, we would love nothing more than to compete against him. Obviously, the Bears are going to prepare for Rodgers. They were in this situation with Lamar Jackson, Tyler Huntley. It ended up being Tyler Huntley. So I don't think you worry about, well, if it's not Rodgers, then we have to prepare for Mason Rudolph. I think you're probably just going to get a slightly dumbed down version of the offense and the quarterback if Aaron Rodgers can't go and Mason Rudolph ends up playing. So the Bears will act as if Rodgers is going to play. My gut still tells me he will play, just given the importance of every game from here on out for the Steelers in a tight playoff race and, the motivation factor of returning to Soldier Field, a place he's had a lot of success. And from our standpoint of things, hopefully the Bears can get the better of Aaron Rodgers. All right, speaking of this matchup, myself, Jack Sperry, our Steelers Talk host, we filmed a joint preview. That is going to drop tomorrow morning unless there's some major breaking news before then we would push it back to, later Thursday or Friday or whatever. But the plan for now is to drop that episode tomorrow morning. Had a lot of fun, broke down this matchup from all angles. So subscribe, turn on notifications. You guys have been giving us a lot of positive feedback on those joint previews. If you want them to continue, please watch them so we can justify continuing to do them. Okay. Jaylon Johnson, is he back? There was a heavy hint on Instagram that the return could be imminent for Uno, a.k.a. CB1. There was, a video a week or two ago where we talked about this little Instagram story circulating of him rehabbing with this foot Dr. Mo guy. Well, there was a clip on that person's IG again, who's kind of a rehab therapist, saying, quote, he's ready. And it's just a clip of Jaylon doing some of the rehab stuff and whatnot. The Bears opened his practice window last Friday, which was a sign he's getting close. Now, does he's ready mean he's going to play this week? My word of advice would say don't play him until he's 100% healthy. Obviously, I would imagine he's getting close. If you do play him this week, is it on a snap count? So that'll be very interesting to kind of figure out what the Bears do in that situation. But I would proceed with caution here. If it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, he could play, but if you use the word "but" in that sentence, then maybe you hold him out another week. That would be my thought, and get him ready for Philadelphia on Black Friday. More on the injury front, including Kyler Gordon, coming up here in just a moment. But I do want to tell you guys about our awesome sponsor. That is Brunt. The best working boots I have ever owned come from Brunt. The holidays are coming up, and if you're looking to get your dad, your brother, any of the fellows in your family a gift, boots from Brunt are a fantastic option. Choosing work boots used to mean sacrificing comfort or durability. If they felt good, they didn't last. And if they lasted, they wrecked your feet. Brunt thought that was BS, so they built tough boots that feel great from day one. As a homeowner, there's always projects around the house to work on, and Brunt's boots are no doubt the most comfortable work boots I've ever worn, and they felt comfortable right out of the box. But they're not just comfortable, they are built to perform. Whether you need waterproof, safety toe, soft toe, pull on, or lace up, they got options that can handle whatever job site you're walking into. Right now, for a limited time, our listeners get $10 off with Brunt when you use code CHAT at checkout. That is bruntworkwear.com. Use the code CHAT or /chat there, and you are good to go. With temperatures dropping and the holidays coming up, time to treat yourself or the hardworking man in your life to real comfort. Skip the throwaway gifts. Get them something built to last. That is Brunt Workwear. Our listeners get $10 off. Like I said, code CHAT at checkout. That's bruntworkwear.com. Use code CHAT. Order today. Let them know you heard it from us first. Bears Now by Chat Sports. All right, is Kyler Gordon about to be back as well? Well, we found out earlier today, and I put a YouTube short up on this, that Kyler Gordon's 21-day window has been activated. So Jaylon Johnson had his opened up last Friday. Kyler Gordon had his opened up today, which means that both were able to return to the practice field. And look, you could be in a situation pretty soon where you got a pretty damn good secondary, right? If Jaylon Johnson's back, he slides back into a CB1 role. If Kyler Gordon's back, he'll be out there somewhere, figure out how you mix and match with C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who I don't think they're going to take off the field. And then you probably decide between Tyreek Stevenson or Nashawn Wright, who's your second outside corner. Both have played well at times. Both have struggled at times. Point is, fully healthy, this secondary is loaded, especially when you consider Kevin Byard. Jaquan Brisker's mostly been solid, has had a couple not-so-great games here and there, but, you kind of have 6 or 7 starting caliber DBs and 5 guys that can play at once. Maybe put some dime looks out there where you have 6 members of your secondary, maybe Gardner Johnson and or Gordon play in the box a lot. So certainly some different options for Dennis Allen if they're all healthy. But that is a good problem to have because you got a lot of talented players back there once these guys come back. Now, also on the injury front, speaking of the secondary, Jaquan Brisker did not practice with a shoulder injury. Remember, he had that big collision with Tyreek Stevenson. You wonder if it came from that. So keep an eye on that. Tremaine Edmonds pops up on the injury report with the groin, did not practice. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Sometimes early in these weeks, some guys have gotten a day off and then they end up practicing the next day. So we'll see if that's a serious issue or not. TJ Edwards still a DNP dealing with that hand and hamstring injury. Probably not a great sign for his chances on Sunday. Noah Sewell as well with an elbow. We'll talk more about linebacker in a second. And then Grady Jarrett and Kevin Byard just giving veteran rest days here. I think you'll see that from here on out for those 2 players. Now, I do wonder if the Jalen Reeves-Maybin signing not only is to help bolster special teams, but given the linebacker injuries. Noah Sewell didn't practice. TJ Edwards is still injured. Tremaine Edmonds wasn't out there today. Those are your top 3 linebackers. So could be kind of a twofold reason why they signed Jalen Reeves-Maybin. Hopefully Edwards is back soon. Hopefully Edmonds is going to be okay here because both those guys, when they're playing, have been fantastic. But especially with Edwards, he has certainly missed a lot of time when it comes to being on the field this season. Reeves-Maybin, who is on the practice squad, you would think has a chance to be a game day elevation early on here, especially to contribute on special teams. So keep an eye on that linebacker position as the week goes on. Okay, limited today. Drew Dahlman with the knee. You hope that's nothing serious. Limited should be okay. DeAndre Swift has been limited early in these weeks a lot with hip and groin issues, so not too concerned there. Travis Homer popped up with the hamstring knee situation, so we'll monitor that. Same with Darnell Wright dealing with the pectoral. He's obviously been playing through an elbow injury this year as well. Tyreek Stevenson, hip and calf. Remember, he got banged up on that collision and in that last game did not return. Good to see him at least limited, though, so that's a good sign for Sunday. And then we've talked about Kyler Gordon and Jaylon Johnson. Both did fall in the limited category. They were not full participants. So I would think, and this is just my gut, is that they'll probably sit at least one more week, especially Kyler, who just opened his practice window today. My guess is guys coming off short-term IR, guys who have not only missed time with injury, but that football conditioning part of this, I would guess the Bears want to see multiple full participation practices in a row. So if neither of these guys is full tomorrow, I would doubt their chances of playing on Sunday, but you never know. We'll sit back, we'll wait and see, and we'll continue to update you guys with the latest injury information. Who do you guys think is more likely to play this week? Type JJ for Jaylon Johnson, or you can type KG for Kyler Gordon. Before we get out of here, the Steelers injury report. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers did not practice. He's hoping to do something tomorrow, so tomorrow and Friday will be big days for his status. Jaylen Warren didn't practice with an ankle injury. That is one to monitor because he's been by far their best running back this year. Caleb Johnson's been kind of a mess. Kenneth Gainwell's been okay, but without Warren, that's a big loss, especially if Rodgers is limited or Mason Rudolph has to play. Alex Highsmith limited with a pec, or did not practice with a pec injury, I should say. One of their strongest pass rushers. TJ Watt, just a rest day there. Same with Cam Hayward and Jonnu Smith. Isaac Seumalo's been dealing with the pec injury. He was limited today. One of their starting guards, I would imagine he's going to be okay. And then Darius Slay, who missed last week with a concussion. Mike Tomlin already said if he's fully cleared, which it sounds like he is, full participant, he will return to the starting lineup. Has not had a great year, so the Bears might be able to exploit him. And then Cole Holcomb just dealing with an illness. He was a full participant as well. All right, a lot of key injuries to monitor this week. Aaron Rodgers, Jaylon Johnson, Tremaine Edmonds now, Jaquan Brisker, Tyreek Stevenson, Kyler Gordon as well. We'll continue to monitor all of these guys as the week progresses. Be sure to subscribe. Check out the preview episode tomorrow morning. Should be a good one with myself and Steelers Talk host Jack Sperry. My name is Harrison Graham. We'll see you guys soon.